Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Politics is a very interesting game. Yesterday I watched a clip which really shocked me. In that clip, Nelson Havi was advising Edwin Sifuna to take over the leadership and the control of ODM party after the death of Raila Odinga. Allow me to begin the video by asking you this simple question. Do you think Edwin Sifuna can forcefully take control of ODM party? Or Nelson Havi was just dreaming? First of all, I want you to watch the clip of Nelson Havi because it's going to form the basis of my analysis.
And Edwin Sifuna is my very good friend. I have some advice for him. Accession to high office does not require hesitation. It doesn't require hesitation. When the king is killed, even in combat or in illness, the heir apparent must prepare for coronation quickly. In fact, in Luhya tradition, it used to be done before the chief is buried. So yes, mourn Raila Odinga, but you must not hesitate in taking over the leadership of ODM.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Nelson Havi. First of all, let us look at some 4 facts, because facts are always stubborn. The first fact which we cannot run away from is that currently Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino are the most popular ODM leaders in the Republic of Kenya today after the death of Raila Odinga. Nobody else. Just like before the last election, the most popular ODM leader was none other than Ali Hassan Joho. Joho was loved by ODM supporters. Why? Because of the way he used to deal ruthlessly with William Ruto, who was then the deputy president. Currently, Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna are very popular because they are the face of opposition to William Ruto's government. ODM support base, or supporters for that matter, love opposition politics, and therefore anybody who is opposing, they naturally tend to love. But remember, when Raila Odinga took control of the Luo nation and ran away from Ford Kenya, he was not very popular. James Orengo was more popular than Raila at that time. Anyang' Nyong'o was more popular than Raila at that time. So which means popularity alone cannot make Edwin Sifuna the party leader, or cannot make him take control of ODM party. So the fact is Edwin Sifuna is very, very popular. The second fact which we can never run away from is the fact that Edwin Sifuna is a creation of Raila Odinga. Don't forget, the same Edwin Sifuna contested in Kandui. What happened? He was defeated. Raila Odinga met him, the SG of the party. Raila Odinga brought him to Nairobi. He's now one of the most firebrand senators we have in the Republic of Kenya. Which means Edwin Sifuna might not stand on his throne. And with the death of Raila Odinga, you can't be sure that he can stand on his throne. Because politics is not as simple as ABCD. Politics is dirty. So the fact is, he is a creation of Raila Odinga. In fact, I've always believed and explained on this platform that even after going into broad-based government, Raila Odinga still decided to create Edwin Sifuna and make him popular. Because Raila Odinga in his heart knew that most of his supporters did not approve of the handshake of the broad-based government. And so he told Sifuna, wewe kaa huko. Why do you think Why do you think Raila Odinga was treating Sifuna differently from the way he was treating Babu Owino? Because he was making Sifuna. So that's a fact. The third fact is that as the SG of ODM party, Sifuna has access to the right contact in the party. If Raila Odinga wanted to contact a particular party member, party official, Sifuna has all those contacts, which he can actually use if he wants. Sifuna, being the SG of the party and having served that long, understands the operations of ODM party. In fact, between Sifuna and Oburu Odinga, Sifuna understands ODM party more than Oburu Odinga. So that's a fact we also cannot run away from. The fourth fact, which is also there, is that ODM as a political party was Raila Odinga or is Raila Odinga. And Raila Odinga was or is ODM party. Which means the people who love Sifuna today loved him because of Raila Amolo Odinga. Unless you can prove to me that those supporters of Raila Odinga will automatically love Sifuna, then I'll agree with you. But the fact is, ODM was or is Raila Odinga, and Raila still remains ODM. And therefore, Raila Odinga has left many orphans. Some of those orphans will go with Sifuna. Some of them will remain with others. And I'm sure because of that, it's going to be very difficult for Edwin Sifuna to just wake up and go and take ODM party. Nelson Havi, my friend, the men in black cannot allow that to happen unless they are fully behind Edwin Sifuna, which right now, I don't think so. So in this video, I want to explain to you guys why, personally, if you were to ask me, Edwin Sifuna is a very good politician, but cannot take the leadership of ODM party forcefully. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that Edwin Sifuna is a very good politician. And I also strongly believe that if William Ruto wants to win the support of the ODM support base, or maybe the Luhya nation, the right guy to pick as his running mate is none other than Edwin Sifuna, if he will not be going with Kindiki again. But that alone is not enough. Sifuna cannot forcefully take control of ODM party. Now, why? Number one, the support base. If I were to ask you, assuming today Sifuna just wakes up and decides to throw out everybody from ODM party leadership and installs himself as the party leader, where is his support base? Because the fact is, our politics is stable. Forget about what we are writing online, on Twitter, on TikTok, or even here. Where is Edwin Sifuna's stronghold? If you can answer that question, then you'll be able to know whether Edwin Sifuna can actually forcefully manage to take control of ODM party. The truth is, Uhuru Kenyatta managed because he had a strong support base in the Kikuyu nation. Ruto managed because he had a strong support base in the Rift Valley. Raila managed because he had a strong support base in the Luo nation, That's how he started with NDP. Then after that, now he spread his wings across the entire country. Kalonzo Musyoka, because of Ukambani. What about Sifuna? The Luhya nation, Luhya unity is still elusive. You can tell Sifuna he comes from Bungoma. Can he outwit Weta anatembea in Bungoma? So for me, Sifuna does not really have a base to begin with. Don't be cheated. Our politics is trouble. You start from there. So that's number one. He doesn't have a base. Number two, for Sifuna to be embraced fully, he needs what we call moment. The death of Raila Odinga, in my view, doesn't qualify as a moment. Ruto used the banana chungwa when you post the constitution to build his base, to cement his relationship with the church, which came in handy to build networks, because through that, William Ruto was able now to get everybody who was opposed to the new constitution. In fact, for me, William Ruto never opposed the constitution. He wanted to use it to build his own networks across the country. And because he assumed the leadership of the No campaign, anybody who was opposed now to the No campaign rallied around Ruto. For Sifuna, he might also need a moment. Uhuru got his moment, the ICC. And that's how he was able. Raila Odinga also got his moment, the Kibaki Tosha, when the country was ready now to kick Moi. He realized he could not win. He joined and said Kibaki Tosha. And from that was LDP time. Raila Odinga was then able to take charge of Kibaki's campaigns. That's how he built his network. And that's how he was able to leave that government with so many people. And then we had the no referendum in 2025, which gave birth to ODM. Not 2025, was it 2025? So for Sifuna, he must get a moment. And the moment, in my view, is the referendum. If this 10-point agenda will culminate into a constitutional moment, that will be the right time for him now to lead the no against Ruto. He will succeed. If it won't happen, let him chill a bit. Don't cheat him. Number three, and this is the most important, the financial muscle. Don't be cheated. Politics in Kenya is now commercial. It's very expensive venture. If you're in doubt, I don't want you to even go and look for your MP. Just look for your MCA and just talk with him politics. How he's finding it without money. So for me, Sifuna might not have the financial muscle right now. Why do you think Ruto succeeded? Ruto succeeded because when he became an MP, he ended up becoming an assistant minister, later on a minister, a deputy president. And being a shrewd person, he was able to make his money. That money is what has kept him up to now. I don't know whether Sifuna can run ODM affairs for 2 good months from his pocket. I doubt. Yeah? I doubt. Because of that, he might not be, even if he wanted. And lastly, and I think I've been saying this to Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna needs a network of senior leaders around him. Raila Odinga, my daughter is actually singing happy birthday to me. You know, my birthday is tomorrow. Yeah. So I was saying Raila Odinga learned his lessons. When Raila Odinga started his moves, he was firebrand, just like Babu, just like Sifuna. That was not going to take him anywhere. Raila Odinga had senior citizens around him. He had Job Omino, who had been an MP, had been chair of KFF, was well endowed financially. He had his colleague, who was senior to him, Odenyo Ngore, with the money. In Mombasa, he had someone like Okoth Waudo. People with real money. People who would not stand up when Raila Odinga arrives, but Raila Odinga would stand up for them whenever they are around. Sifuna must have those kind of people, particularly from his backyard of Bungoma. That is for his future. Because these are the people who can advise him, make this step. Do not make this step. At this stage, we have to stop. At this stage, we have to move. Otherwise, if he will not have those people around him, people who will just support him because they want to support him without expectation of anything, because if anything, there is nothing Sifuna can give them. It's only them who can give Sifuna, just like Job Omino and the rest. Nothing Raila could give them. It's them who could give Raila. So if he had those people around him, then those people will be able to advise him. Otherwise, without those people, he will get advice from me and you. And you will tell him, go and take the leadership. Those guys might tell him, no, let us do this first. I don't know what you think, but for me, if you are to ask me, ODM men in black alone cannot allow Sifuna to take ODM party forcefully. But they can help him take control of the ODM if they wanted to. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.